What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, I want to give you an update on Solana as we got some pretty interesting news last night, and of course the fact that the market is moving, and so we'll take a quick look at Solana's price to wrap up the video. But with that in mind, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into it. So what we can see here is that Solana soars 13% amid Robinhood staking launched and a new liquidity layer. Now, I would realistically say the majority of the reason as to why Solana did pump was because of what happened from a macro perspective in terms of course, the CPI data, and then obviously we have the GME situation bringing some liquidity, but I definitely think this is at least good enough news to mention because it does seem as if people are reacting to it well. What we can see here is that Solana, Sol, the native token of Solana, surged 13% as a result of Robinhood Crypto's announcement of a new staking product in Europe and MarginFi's introduction of Solana's first liquidity layer. We can see here that Robinhood Crypto customers can now stake their Solana holdings directly through the app, allowing them to earn rewards with the flexibility to unstake at any time. Now, I definitely think that this is cool. You know what I mean? I think that realistically, as we do move forward into this bull market, that there will be a lot of new people into the world of crypto. They're going to come on. They're not really going to know what to do. They're not going to know what a MetaMask or a Trust Wallet or a Phantom, they're not going to know what any of those things are, right? And so by providing them a platform like Robinhood, of course, that is very well known amongst just kind of, I don't want to call them normies, but it's just what they are, right? Normie investors. I think that by giving them more options and availabilities and things like this through the app is something that is a good thing, right? And I think it's going to allow more people who are not maybe so tech savvy or crypto savvy to be able to take advantage of things like staking on something like Solana. So do I think it's going to cause a huge ripple? No, not necessarily, but I do think overall it is a net positive. Now, on top of that, as I mentioned before, we did get some news that from MarginFi over on their Twitter account on May 15th, which was yesterday, saying that they were introducing Solana's first liquidity layer, that they're excited to announce the evolution of MarginFi, powering a radically new layer for performant DeFi. And then they went on to explain a little bit about how they were going to be implementing this. Now, this is also another one of those things. Is MarginFi that big? No, not necessarily, but I definitely do think that by providing things like this, it is only going to do well for Solana's ecosystem as a whole. And going forward, this is going to be beneficial in the sense that it allows more and more people to take advantage of the Solana ecosystem from one perspective or another. And you guys know we're huge on the Solana ecosystem. We talk about this every freaking day, basically. It's the fact that Solana's ecosystem is still thriving. It is still looking damn good. And what you can see is that Solana's ecosystem in terms of TVL is approaching that previous high that we put in back towards the beginning of this year. Just going to show that the ecosystem is continuously growing, continuously thriving. And although something like the Robinhood staking isn't going to directly impact TVL, right, or the ecosystem, it is beneficial overall. And those are the types of things that continue to allow Solana to get to where Solana is going. And where I believe it's going is $600, $700. That's my opinion. And so because of that, I love to see news like this. And I think the more and more Solana news we get, the better, especially as we do continue forward into the bull market. Now, looking at Solana's price itself, we are looking pretty good, pretty decent. I definitely think that we have some room to go still, but overall, I do love the fact that we saw Solana's price finally being able to break this little resistance level that we had right here, seemingly now coming up to test this previous point of liquidity. Of course, it was kind of like a little range right here, right? We had this leaning point of resistance, this right here, but then we also have this resistance that was created by all this support. You can see here, support. It creates like this little range right here in which Solana's price is going to struggle to clear it. When you have levels of support like this, they will oftentimes be flipped into resistance. And Solana has already started to take some steps to clear this resistance, but it has a little bit more room to the upside to go, right? We need to go a little bit further before we can say that this previous point of liquidity is now cleared. And now we're now in a spot in which the door is opened up for Solana to continue back up towards like $200, right? And so because of that, I will make a full dedicated video for Solana technical analysis specifically tomorrow. But until then, I'm really just more monitoring how we react to running into this little layer of resistance and making sure we're capable of holding some support on top of this previous point of resistance so that I don't make a video talking about this breakout and then of course it like pulls back or something like that, right? So stay tuned. Tomorrow I will update you and letting you know exactly what's happening with Solana's price. But until then, I'm really more soaking up the news, excited about the fact that we are getting more Solana news, excited about the fact that at the time being we have gotten this first initial breakout of this range, and hopefully this can continue onwards as we will cover here on the channel. So if you guys do enjoy these Solana updates, news, videos, things like that, please do let me know down in the description below, or down in the comments below, sorry. You can also go ahead and check out the description if you do want to see some pretty cool offers and things like that. And while you are down there, please do drop a like on the video so that more people do see it. Lastly, if you do enjoy the videos enough to want to check out some more in the future, make sure you do subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another one. And I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.